All right, Ms. Moore, back over to you.
Yes, Your Honor, this is Mr. Roeder. We had set his matter over from yesterday because there was a bit of a snarl we ran into with the mandatory minimums on the D1. We are now prepared to resolve today after discussion between myself, Mr. Lindgren, and Ms. Milne, as well as Mr. Roeder, of course.
Okay. All right, so there's a new plea form here. I've got that.
I have some blame to spread here. Today's blame is primarily Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf has an awesome channel. Go over there and check it out. I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description below. He hooked me up, and behind the scenes, of course, Brecken and Zach were involved too.
Okay, so Mr. Roeder, we're going to go back over to the mandatory minimums as part of our plea discussion from yesterday. So remember, initially you had thought that that mandatory minimum penalty was 10 days, but when I advised you that it was actually 90 days, that took you by surprise. And I told you that it was based on having a prior offense for the same charge. And so now it looks like the recommendation from the prosecutor is that you receive a 90-day sentence, which would be a mandatory minimum, with credit for time that you served up to now, and that the balance of the time, if any, would be permissible to be served on electronic home monitoring. So do you understand the prosecutor's recommendation here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that 90 days represents a mandatory minimum sentence that must be imposed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now in addition to that, the other mandatory penalty for this offense is the Department of Licensing will further suspend your driver's license.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and then did anybody make any threats or any promises to you to get you to plead guilty to these charges?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, and the statement written here on your plea form says on or about September 11 of 2022, in Thurston County, I drove a motor vehicle while my license was suspended in the first degree and without having an ignition interlock device when required to have one. Is that your statement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, then. With that and our discussion yesterday, I will accept your guilty plea. All right, Mr. Libby, anything else for the state on this?
I don't believe so, Your Honor, but one moment while I no, nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Moore?
Your Honor, I would ask the court to follow the agreed recommendation, and in particular, I would ask the court to permit Mr. Roeder to serve the remaining balance on electronic home monitoring. He has young children who he needs to get back to help care for and support. He's already served 18 days based on my calculation from booking, and would have 72 remaining to serve on EHM and is prepared to do so. I would ask the court to release him and give him maybe 48 hours to set up the remainder of that balance on EHM. I would also ask the court to waive all fines and fees possible, given he will not be driving for quite some time and has been held in custody for nearly 3 weeks.
I already have a bike that I ride everywhere to and from my boss's house for work, and
yeah,
and he picks me up to go places, and yeah.
This case is quite old at this point.
All right, is there anything else you want me to know, Mr. Roeder?
No. No, that's it.
All right, I'm going to accept the recommendation, and your sentence for driving while suspended first degree will be 90 days. None of that is suspended. Credit for 18 days served, and that leaves 72 to complete. For count 2, there'll be no time imposed. For neither will there be any financial obligations imposed. The 72 days, you can do that on electronic home monitoring, and you need to start that by Monday, which is September 15th. I will give you a release to take care of that.
Thank you.
Mr. Roeder, there's a little bit of a curveball to this. I know you have warrants from other counties that may or may not prevent your release from the jail. That depends on what those other counties want to do. But If you're not released and you have to go to one of those other counties for those warrants, contact us so that we can address extending that Monday deadline to get on EHM.
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
That was a concern that Mr. Roeder and I had just talked about as well. So
I mean,
fingers crossed.
I got kind of figure out to get those taken care of,
Yeah.
especially the ones in Gary Tucker County. My boss is going to pay for me to quash the warrants and everything, and
Right.
I'm gonna do. Yeah, I got that all set up. But thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it.
Still some people.
He's got a creepy vibe to him, doesn't he?
And Mr. Stashevsky previously, well, no, actually I'm wrong about that. Never mind. I was gonna,
Hello, I'm here.
okay. All right, Ms. Crossland, I have your petition for an anti-harassment order against the Michelle Treese Pang. That's
Yes,
case
sir.
25-310. I've reviewed your petition. I'm going to order this set for a hearing on your petition to determine whether to issue an anti-harassment order. That hearing will be held on September 22nd at 9 a.m.
Okay.
And you'll need to make arrangements to serve notice of the hearing on Ms. Treese Pang.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you here September 22nd, and I think you have a hearing on Monday, the 15th as well.
I do?
Yeah, have you been served with notice of a hearing by
sir.
Ms. Treese Pang?
No, I have not. I have not been
Okay.
served with anything.
Okay, well, I know that matter was filed in the court, but if you haven't been served notice, obviously you don't know about it, but you may yet be served with notice.
Okay, so you said for me, September 22nd at 9?
That's correct. And the civil clerk will send you your copies of the paperwork here shortly this afternoon.
Okay, and does that mean I'm automatically granted a temporary
No.
order?
No, that decision won't be made until the hearing where the court hears from both parties.
Okay, heard. So September 22nd at 9 a.m. Got it.
That's right. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
This is in the District Court of Greenwood County, Kansas, case entitled State of Kansas versus Wayne Allen Moeller. It is case number 2024 CR 140. Chris Ambrose appears as defense counsel of record, Jill Gillette as Greenwood County attorney. Wayne Moeller appears from the Lyon County Jail. This matter comes before the court at this time for sentencing proceedings at this time. According to the pre-sentence report in this case,
I think Katie sent this to me first, but Wolf put it together for me.
on July 11, 2025, Mr. Moeller pled no contest to an amended count 1, unlawful distribution of a controlled substance, a level 4 drug felony, and count 5 as charged. Count 5 being criminal carrying of a weapon, a level 9 non-drug felony. A pre-sentence report was ordered and sentencing set for today. Court has received a pre-sentence investigation report compiled by Tony Bauer, pre-sentence investigator. I trust each attorney has received a copy of this report. Before we go any further, it's the court's understanding that there may be a motion for counsel's withdrawal before the court. Mr. Ambrose?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Moeller and I were able to speak last week, I believe, and go over some things. He's in Lyon County on an unrelated issue. It is Mr. Moeller's desire to pursue withdrawing his plea. As a result of that, I believe it's appropriate to have new counsel appointed so they can fully investigate any issues. I, as defense attorney that handled that plea, is not appropriate for me to stay on there in case that counsel determines that there's any claims that could be raised against trial counsel who worked on getting that plea taken care of.
All right. Mr. Moeller, you're wanting to withdraw your plea that you entered in this case?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Mr. Ambrose, you're taking the position that you can't pursue this motion to withdraw his plea. And that's because there's going to be an allegation that you didn't do your job?
Well, Your Honor, and this is how I've seen it widely handled in the jurisdictions I practice for years now, is that when a motion to withdraw is pursued, new counsel is appointed. So then if there are concerns about any ineffective assistance, that can be raised by subsequent counsel.
All right. Of course, I don't care about how any other jurisdiction does anything. I care about this case right now. Mr. Moeller, give the court, this is not going to be a secret at some point. If you're going to file a motion to withdraw your plea, what is it based on?
I've chosen one who's been an attorney of mine in a previous case, and I don't feel like I've seen all the appropriate evidence. And we have talked about having in the plea agreement. I've never even seen this plea agreement that you accepted. I've never seen it on paper.
Okay, was there a written plea agreement drafted in this case?
No, Your Honor, we did
Okay,
an oral plea like we traditionally do in this jurisdiction.
okay.
I don't know the terms and conditions of the plea, and I was told that in the plea I would be eligible for drug court, and that has not been even brought up.
Okay, the 13th Judicial District does not have a drug specialty court, so
Okay. I know that Jill Gillette has been an attorney in the previous case, and should be a conflict of interest in it.
okay, Jill Gillette has been your attorney in previous cases?
Yes.
Okay, well, you're not asking to have her removed from the case or disqualified from the case, are you?
Yes.
I don't remember ever representing you.
And Eureka in Woodson County. Or Woodson County.
Mhm.
Why wasn't this raised before? I mean, she's not new to the case.
Well, that's awkward.
I didn't even know it before. I knew, but I didn't realize it until previously.
Are you sure it was me and not Jill Chard?
No, it was you.
Because I don't have any record of you in my conflict check. None. I maintain my own old electronic system so that I can.
I mean, it's plausible. In a career, you represent a lot of people, especially if you're doing like criminal stuff. You represent a lot more people because they tend to be small, short cases. I mean, if you represented them on a murder, you'd remember. But like you could have so many clients that you represent in a traffic matter, like you could literally run through 100 in a month. So it's possible that you wouldn't know. But usually you would know.
Make sure whether or not I have a conflict check. And you're not in there.
Well, that's an entirely separate issue, but one that may need to be resolved before sentencing. We're just awfully far along on the case, Mr. Moeller, before you raise an issue about some sort of conflict on the prosecutor's part. Because again, she's been at this case from the very beginning.
Right.
Your Honor.
Are you somehow suggesting that Mr. Ambrose hasn't done his job properly?
Yeah, I haven't. Like I said, I haven't even seen this plea. I want to read the terms and conditions of the plea agreement that I accepted, and there was never one given to me.
All right.
I've never signed the plea agreement.
All
Like I
right.
said,
Well, I'm right here.
Moeller, I know you probably remember this. A couple of months ago, you were before this court, and there was a long question and answer session that the court did with you before I ever accepted your plea. You didn't seem to have any problems with any of this at that time.
yeah. I just heard the plea like a minute before we even got in there. I didn't even realize what was going on at the time.
All right.
Yeah. I didn't know I was pleading guilty to a drug offense.
It is difficult for this court to find
Come
that
on.
Mr. Moeller at this point has justifiable dissatisfaction with his current attorney, Mr. Ambrose. But in an abundance of caution, I'm going to presuppose that there may be some legitimate reason here for him to be critical of the way his attorneys handled his case. Furthermore, the court believes that we're going to need to set another hearing in this case.
Ambrose didn't do anything wrong. I can tell you right now. He just wants out. And the judge is like, whatever. I'll give him another attorney. We're gonna get to the same place, but fine.
If indeed that you can have new counsel file a motion to withdraw your plea, that it'll have some basis. And there'll need to be a hearing on that. I'm going to go ahead and reset this case for further proceedings for Thursday, October the 9th at 3 o'clock. October 9, 3 o'clock p.m. Mr. Moeller will need to fully participate. What is your status there in Lyon County, Mr. Moeller? How long are you going to be there?
Till December 25th.
Okay, you're serving time for that county?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So we
And-
should know where to be able to find you.
I looked up his county cases. They're in 2022. I was the prosecutor here
I mean, not that I specifically know of, but it's possible.
by then, and Ms. Chard, Jill Chard, was his attorney, not me.
Okay,
And then she was withdrawn, and he got someone else.
all right, so noted. Mr. Ambrose, I think under the circumstances, the court's going to allow your withdrawal.
Yes, Your Honor.
New counsel will be appointed. Yet to be determined who that will be. I'm sure they'll contact you in due course, Mr. Moeller, at the Lyon County Jail or in some appropriate fashion. I will expect that diligence will lead to a timely filing of a motion to withdraw a plea if indeed that's what you want to do, or that counsel can see you through with the sentencing that we had set for today. You need to visit with a new attorney and determine an appropriate strategy under all the facts and circumstances of your case. So sentencing or further proceedings in the case will determine exactly what those are when we get there. For Thursday, October 9, 3 o'clock p.m. with Mr. Moeller participating by Zoom. And Chris Ambrose is allowed to withdraw his counsel, and a new attorney will be appointed by the court. All right, Mr. Ladd, at least at this point, I don't have any legitimate grounds to believe you should be disqualified from further handling the case.
No.
So I presume you'll be there October 9th with us. All right, thank you for your work on the case, Mr. Bauer. And your appearance today, Ms. Stanfield, on behalf of Community Corrections, but we'll have to defer sentencing proceedings to a later date. Possibly October 9th. It could be beyond that, depending on what happens. All right, Mr. Ambrose, is there anything you need to address the court about?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Ladd, anything you need to address the court about at this time?
No.
Mr. Moeller, do you understand what we've done here today?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll just expect you to fully cooperate with new counsel once that new attorney contacts you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. If there's nothing further at this time, then the Wayne Moeller matter will be in recess, and this meeting may be ended for all. Thank you, Judge.
B like Berkeley 01542. This is people of the city of Berkeley versus Larry
Here's our
David
man.
Kaufman. Your appearance, please, Mr. Mitchell.
Ready, Your Honor. Michael G. Mitchell on behalf of Mr. Kaufman, who is present via Zoom, and we consent to same. Mr. Kaufman, please state your full name for the record.
Larry David Kaufman.
Your Honor,
This whole hearing, I watched it before. In fact, I think I might have the one that I did. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But I got Man on the Moon running through my brain.
at this time, I'd waive any formal reading, stand my client mute, ask that a not guilty plea be entered. I have advised him of the charges and the maximum penalties and all of his rights therein. He would be requesting assigned counsel.
Thank you very much. Mr. Kaufman? Yes, sir. the court sees that you're probably not too familiar with criminal procedure. This is arraignment only. So the court's entering a not guilty plea on your behalf. Repeat, not guilty. Okay? Court-appointed counsel is noted and approved for the future. So that's good. So if you make your freedom today, you'll be getting mail to the Franklin address that will direct you when and how to participate in a pretrial. And before that occurs, you'll be hearing from counsel. They're going to want to team up with you and make a plan as to how.
Now, this is Berkeley. This is what we not so affectionately refer to as downstate up north.
How you're going to move through this case. So if we're good so far, the next thing the court needs to consider is the issue of bond. You might have heard that referred to as bail sometimes. That's not intended to prejudge or punish you. Our constitutions tell this court that you're presumed innocent, but the court must set bond to ensure that you do reappear and to afford any necessary protection for the public. Mr. Mitchell, there is a bail recommendation from Community Corrections that suggests
Good to know.
release. However, one of the citing officers is present, and officer,
Is it anywhere near Clay Township?
please put your remarks into the record, and then Mr. Mitchell will speak to the court as to bond.
Yeah, Your Honor. So, in regards to the event that happened yesterday and at the above listed date and time, I just wanted to clarify a couple things regarding the incident in general. Mr. Kaufman has threatened and intimidated the witness statements as well as the statements, the verbal statements they gave us at the time and the date. I'm requesting that the court consider a no contact order for Miss Bernadette Thibault, who lives at, which is a neighbor directly next door, as well as Virginia Earl, who lives across the street at. They're both elderly females and both live alone, and this gentleman's actions have caused him to make them fearful of their physical.
I don't know what his actions were, but I'm going to assume he was proposing a throuple.
But as part of bond conditions.
Just because it's more fun
Thank
that
you.
way.
Is there anything else you wish the court to know, officer?
Behavior in this case is disgusting.
That the only thing that, based on their witness statements, that they felt physically and verbally threatened at times, with video footage of both occurrences from just yesterday. And it seems that there's a long history regarding these actions taking place against these two women. Being a police officer's job is to take care of these residents, and I want to ensure that I do everything I can to make sure that their mental well-being is taken care of.
Very well. Mr. Mitchell, what do you wish to share?
Your Honor, my client is 74 years old. He's retired. He's indicated to me he's got no prior criminal history whatsoever, nor any FTA history. I believe that the court said there was a recommendation from pretrial services.
74, and he's still terrorizing the neighborhood. You'd think you'd get past that by then.
For a personal bond, I don't think he's a flight risk or a danger to the community. I can't speak as to the history regarding the named individuals, Your Honor, but I think a personal bond with the appropriate conditions would be appropriate.
Thank you very much. Mr. Kaufman, you're in a manageable spot here, but
Yes, sir.
You're in the driver's seat, okay? Hear the court out. These are the rulings of the court. You will appear as you're directed for all.
Okay, here's what I did. I did this clip, and I was going to upload it. I'll bore you with the details. I did this clip, and I was going to upload it because my lives aren't uploading, and everyone's mad at me as a result of it. Okay, so when you do a live, afterwards it uploads, but then it doesn't have the chat, and it doesn't have captions, and then everyone's all mad at me. And I'm getting, like, just inundated by nasty messages. So I thought, I'll just upload this thing. And then I changed my mind because I wanted to do a live. Then I picked the wrong clip. So now I've already talked on it. Welcome to Law Talk with Mike.
Your future dates, you'll abide any valid order or judgment entered in this case.
I guess I'm leaving now.
Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. Do not commit any crimes on release status.
There shall not be any cutting of trees.
You will notify the court in writing of any change in your contact information. Mr. Mitchell, we're going to indicate making reports to pretrial services at this juncture, check-in only. The court is ordering no use of alcohol, marijuana, or any other controlled substance, but the court will not impose a specific testing regimen at this time. No purchase or possession of a firearm or other deadly weapon. Now, you will not assault, harass, intimidate, beat, wound, or threaten Rosalind Newberg, Jan Newberg. This looks like Ivan Renenkovich. And officer, you had a couple of additional names that you were concerned about?
Yes, Your Honor. It's the two victims from yesterday's alleged assault. One's Bernadette Thiebolt, Thebolt. She lives at the neighbor directly west of this gentleman's address. The other one is Virginia Earl. Virginia Earl, E-A-R-L. She lives in the city of Berkeley.
Excuse me, may I comment, sir?
Sir, we're not having a trial today. We are just considering issues as to bond. So nobody's finding you guilty of anything. You're presumed innocent. But the court has broad statutory discretion to consider what conditions of bond are necessary to make sure you do return to court, that you pose no threat to the public, that the peace is kept in the city of Berkeley. The Berkeley is a city that is known as We Care. Okay, so the court is indicating our contact with the aforementioned Newbergs, Mr. Renenkovic, Bernadette Thiebold, and Virginia Earl, nor will you have any contact with any of those 5 individuals, direct, indirect, or through a third party. That means no phones, no phone calls, no messages left on front porches, nothing in the mailbox, no U.S. mail, no carrier pigeon, nothing. No contact means no contact. You will not enter.
Your Honor. Mr. Kaufman, let the court finish.
No threatening or assaultive behavior toward any person. Mr. Kaufman, what is it that you so desperately wish the court to know?
All right. Sir, it's probably not significant. I just want to, for the record, the 3 people, not the resident next door to me.
If it's not significant, then shut up about it. I don't think your attorney could have been any clearer.
Mr. Kaufman, I don't think it's a good idea to go down to say anything further. Let's let the court finish.
Mr. Kaufman, the facts that you might be trying to bring to light right now are facts that appear to involve the exact time frame where the allegations are stemming from, and that could incriminate you. You do not want anything in this court's record that could be used against you at a later hearing. Is that sufficient, Mr. Mitchell?
Yes, Mr. Kaufman, no more from you today. Let's let the court finish.
Nothing for you.
It can only get worse from here. Do you understand?
So what the court is doing at this time, Mr. Kaufman, is setting
I understand that.
a $10,000 personal bond. What that means, Mr. Kaufman, is that you are on your honor that you are going to obey all of these bond conditions to the letter. You do not need to post $10,000 to go home today. However, if you miss court dates, violate bond conditions, you contact any of those 5 people, you go to any of those 3 addresses, I can almost foresee and assure you that Berkeley Public Safety will be in your driveway and we'll be having a bond violation hearing, and you'll be sitting back on that bench, and then perhaps up to the 1201. Nobody wants that, okay? So we are on our honor. We're all going to conduct ourselves as gentlemen. It's a 10,000 personal with the aforementioned conditions and pretrial service check-in. Anything further, Mr. Mitchell?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Anything further from the people? That's you, officer.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Good luck. Only.
All right, I have to give a big shout out to Lone Wolf who put this together for me. Not only did he do that, but he did a nice job of editing out all the addresses, and it's going to take some time to do that. So thank you very much. I'll put a link to his channel in the description below.
Case number 25, P. Light Parking, 178162. This is People versus Sean Lowe Desai. Is Sean Lowe Desai available? This is People of the City of Royal Oak versus Sean Lowe Desai. That's you, sir?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Mr. Desai, the court believes you were present a bit ago when it explained the nature of informal hearings. True?
Yes, correct.
And so you understood the court to instruct that you must select from one of three options to protect your rights, correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Desai. The citation before the court is obviously, as the court previously stated, civil in nature. It does indicate that on July the 7th, a vehicle plated to you or a member of your household entered spot 2910 on 4th Street, City Royal Oak, at 7:11 in the evening, exited at 9:14. The total park time is indicated.
I got to warn you, this does not get worse. We're going to end on a good note here. I'm not happy about it, but that's what's going to happen.
As 2 hours, 2 minutes, 19 seconds. There was a payment, Mr. Desai, of $1.75. That purchased 1 hour and 10 minutes of time.
Oh, good
So
Lord.
the citation is obviously for overtime at meter. You may admit responsibility. You can admit and explain, or you may deny responsibility, and we will swear the parties and take testimony. Mr. Desai, what do you wish the court to do?
I wish to admit with explanation.
Very well. So you're confirming to the court that on the date in question, a vehicle plated to you or a member of your household was parked as stated and or stationary, but insufficient in full payment for the time it was there, correct?
Correct, yes.
Thank you. The court accepts your plea. What's going on, Mr. Desai? What do you want the court to know?
Well, I just wanted to submit to the mercy of the court here because I usually rely on the...
Based on that, I think he is a lawyer. I don't know why he's wasting his time disputing this, but he's very pleasant and likable.
A notification to extend, there's a warning and an opportunity to extend the parking. And I failed to either notice it or pay attention to the warning. I'm assuming I got it because I would think that it's automated, but in any case, I failed to extend it. And so I was wondering if there would be any mercy available in this instance as, for that additional time that I was parked there.
Fair statement. Do you frequent that central business district often?
Yes, Judge, I believe that is that near Ronin Sushi?
Sure is.
Yes, that's exactly where I was. I was at the Ronin Sushi. I go there relatively often. And now, I've realized I'm not the best at keeping track of the app, so I just park in the parking structure now.
Way better plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And cheaper
Okay.
too.
Yeah. When? 2 hours for free. Can't beat it. Anything on behalf of the people? Officer Fraser.
Nope, I'm all set, Your Honor.
Okay, what the court's going to do in this instance, Mr. Desai, is we'll just roll back the clock very briefly to 1986. Your fine is $5. That is payable through the pay portal on the 44th District Court website, or you can walk a cash check or charge into this court at 400 East 11 Mile Road, Monday to Friday, between 8:30 and 4:30. That's due within 14 days. That completes your hearing. Good luck to you.
Very good, Judge. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, I'll cut it off there. Otherwise, I have to sit here and watch my roundup, which I'm sure was genius. But he ends up charging him $5. I don't know what was the original fine. Did anybody catch what the original fine was? I mean, he paid $1.75 for parking. All this seems so damn reasonable to me. Like, I mean, you can't park within a 50-mile radius of the city of Chicago for $1.75 anywhere. Oh my God. You know, pull out a couple more quarters or whatever the hell it was. But he was nice. The judge did like him. The parking enforcement officer didn't get that the judge wanted him to dismiss it. It was awkward. It was awkward, but it was way too nice. I have to admit. Let me see if I have it now. I don't have anything. I don't have anything appropriate handy for it. I guess I'm gonna go with that. Thanks again to Law Nerds Unite, Brecken, and most of all tonight, Lone Wolf. I will put a link to his channel in the description. He's always got good videos, and they just sent those along. I wasn't even going to do one tonight, but they sent me good clips, so I just did it. Thanks for coming out. I'll see y'all soon.